Hi, I'm Candace. I'm the lead pharmacy technician at Springfield General Hospital. As part of my job at my hospital, I train others how to use Controlled Substance Manager, so I'll be your guide for this course. I will be here throughout the course sharing my experiences and recommendations when using Controlled Substance Manager. This course is intended for pharmacy personnel who are responsible for day-to-day processes within CSM, picking, stocking, receiving, as well as managing inventory with cycle counts, modifying bins, and wasting and expiring items. This course will take approximately 30 minutes to complete. So what is Controlled Substance Manager? Controlled Substance Manager, or CSM, is an inventory management software that allows the hospital pharmacy to safely and efficiently manage controlled substance inventory. It is a closed-loop solution which provides full accountability of drug movement from the pharmacy to nursing and back to the pharmacy. CSM includes 3 storage model types. Hardware only, where CSM items are stored only in an Omnicell cabinet. Software only, where CSM items are only stored in open shelving. And hybrid storage, where CSM items are stored in both open shelving and in an Omnicell cabinet. For this course, I will use the hybrid model so that we may explain all applicable processes. Let's take a look at how to get around or navigate CSM. When you log into CSM, the first screen you see is the Dispense Return screen. Here you can restock cabinets, address stockouts, pick items for areas and patients, and return items back to CSM. To access other functionality, you can press one of the other 3 areas listed. Let's take a look at Inventory Management. From the Inventory Management screen, you can receive and stock items, modify bins in cabinets and remote areas, perform cycle counts, move stock, manage and prepare pre-packs, dispose items, and make adjustments to expired items and other transactions. From the Reports and Tracking screen, you can view exception reports, resolve discrepancies, attend to outstanding usage forms, print day sheets, and reprint forms. Now let's look at the System Administration section. The System Administration section is where your system administrator will go to adjust configurations, perform diagnostics, set up expired items bins, restore data, and perform midnight processing. If you would like to review what we have covered, click the Replay button. Your facility may or may not use a scanner with CSM. If any CSM items are configured at OmniCenter to require issue and restock confirmation by barcode scan, the scanner use is required. CSM supports one-step and two-step methods for receiving and stocking items. In one-step receiving, the same pharmacy user receives and stocks items to CSM in a continuous process. In two-step receiving, receiving and stocking are separate processes, requiring separate permissions. For this course, we will show you both processes using one-step receiving. If your facility is using two-step receiving, you will see the Receive from Vendor and Stock Received Item tabs in the Inventory Management section. In one-step receiving, items from vendors are received and stocked to CSM in one continuous process. If your facility is using one-step receiving, users with receiving permissions can both receive and stock items. Access one-step receiving by selecting Inventory Management on the home screen and then selecting Receive from Vendor. A red badge on the icon displays the number of stock lists to be received. To receive items, select Receive from Vendor on the Inventory Management screen. Note the red badge that displays the number of stock lists to be received. Select a stock list. To edit the invoice number or the DEA 222 number, press the pencil icon. Once you have made your changes, press Continue. Items may be added manually to a stock list by clicking Add Item and adding individual items. Select an item from the list to edit the quantity. Use the up and down arrows or enter the change quantity in the field. Then press Review to return to the stock list. You can press the trash can to delete the item entirely. Once you have reviewed the stock list, press Begin Stocking. Note that if your facility is using two-step receiving, you will press the Save and Exit button. Later, someone else will stock the items. For this demonstration, we'll continue with the stocking process. CSM will guide you to each item. Verify the countback quantity. Use the up and down arrows or enter the quantity in the field. Press OK. Enter the earliest expiration date among all the items in the bin. Place the items in the bin. To complete receiving this item and advance to the next item, press Continue or press the green bin button. For items that are on shelves, simply press Continue. Repeat the process with your remaining items. Once you have received and stocked all your items, you will return to the inventory management screen. If you would like to repeat this demonstration, click the replay button. To manually receive items to CSM using the one-step receiving method, first create a list of items to be received, then stock the items to CSM. When you need to receive items into CSM that are not part of a scheduled vendor order, you will receive them manually. Let's start by pressing Inventory Management. Next, press Receive from Vendor. Press Create New Receive List. If the vendor displayed is not the vendor from which you are receiving, press Change Vendor. If your vendor is not listed, add your vendor by pressing Add Temp Vendor. Enter the vendor name and press Continue. Enter the invoice number if available. Also, if Schedule 2 items are being received, enter a DEA 222 number if available. Press Continue. Now, select the items you are receiving from the list. Enter the amount you are receiving. Notice that this item is received in eaches, so you need to enter the quantity of the bottle or box. Press Add Item. Notice this item is received by box. Enter the number of boxes you are receiving. Once you are done adding items, press Review. Verify everything is correct. If not, simply select the item with an error to make adjustments. Press Save and Exit to complete receiving. If you would like to repeat this demonstration, click the replay button. Throughout your day, you will pick items for various reasons. We will discuss restocking Omnicell cabinets, stockouts, and picking items for patients and for areas. To replenish medications in the Omnicell cabinets, a restock is generated. Restock lists are grouped either by item with destination cabinets underneath or by cabinet with items underneath. Grouping by item is recommended. In this demonstration, you will learn how to complete a cabinet restock within CSM. Let's start by pressing Cabinet Restock in the Dispense Return screen. If you have insufficient quantity to fill a restock, CSM will display this warning. Press OK to confirm. Select a restock list to review. A yellow alert indicates that there is insufficient CSM stock to pick one or more of the items on the list. Press the down chevron icon to display details. In this example, CSM has only 38 of the 40 needed items. We will reduce the total requested quantity to facilitate the request. Press the up chevron to see the whole list. Once you have finished reviewing your restock list, press Pick. CSM guides you to the location of the item. Press the guiding light. Verify that the countback quantity is correct. Then press OK. Verify the actual pick quantity, then press Continue. Continue picking the remaining items in the restock list. Once picking is complete, CSM returns you to the restock pick list. If there are no other lists, you will see this message. Press OK to confirm. If you would like to repeat this demonstration, click the replay button. Stockouts are generated when CSM items are dispensed or expired from the OmniSupplier cabinet, leaving a remaining quantity on hand of 0. Stockouts are not generated when items are destocked. A red badge on the Stockouts icon displays the number of stockouts waiting to be processed. The stockout picking process is identical to picking a cabinet restock. When you need to manually pick items for non-cabinet areas or for OmniCell cabinets between a scheduled restock, pick the items using Dispense. In this demonstration, you will learn how to perform a manual pick using Dispense. Let's start by selecting Dispense from the Dispense return screen. You can dispense to cabinets that are routinely served by CSM by selecting Cabinet. Select Area to dispense to areas in the hospital routinely served by CSM. Select All Areas to dispense to any area within the OmniCell database. And lastly, select All Cabinets to dispense to any cabinet within the OmniCell database. Let's select an area. Next, select the item you are picking. Enter the quantity. If you are dispensing to an area configured to print usage forms, the default form for that area will be displayed. To print a form if no usage form is displayed, select a form from the list. You may add comments. Then press Continue. You may add items or destinations by pressing these buttons. Next, press Pick. CSM guides you to the item. Verify the countback quantity, then press OK. Verify the actual pick quantity, then press Continue. You have successfully manually picked an item. If you would like to repeat this demonstration, click the replay button. Use Dispense to Patient to pick medications for a specific patient. You may pick medications either to be delivered to an OmniCell cabinet or to a hospital area near the patient's location. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to pick items for patients in CSM. From the Dispense Return screen, select Dispense to Patient. CSM displays patients' room numbers if available and the area or cabinet associated with each patient's room. Select the patient by typing the first few letters of the patient's name in the search field, or scroll the list to locate and select a patient. If your patient is not listed, press Add New Patient. Enter as much information about the patient as possible. Last and first names and patient ID are required. Press Continue. Assign the patient to a dispense location. Select a medication from the list. Enter the quantity by pressing the up and down arrows or by typing directly in the field. If you are dispensing to an area configured to print usage forms, the default form for that area will be displayed. To print a form if no usage form is displayed, select a form from the list. Optionally, enter comments. Then press Continue. If you need to pick more items for this patient, press Add Item and repeat the process. When you are finished adding items, press Pick. If the item is located on open shelving, collect the printed delivery forms and labels. For items stored in cabinets, follow the guiding lights and press the green button. Verify the countback quantity, then press OK. Verify the actual pick quantity, then press Continue. You have successfully picked an item for a patient. If you would like to review this training, press the replay button. A pharmacist or hospital-approved pharmacy technician may use pick verification to review and approve completed picks before the items leave the pharmacy, to verify that the correct medications and dosages were dispensed. After completing a guided or manual pick, press the pick verification icon on the Dispense Return tab, or scan the barcode on the delivery form. This takes you to the Verify screen for that pick transaction. For cabinet restocks, scanning the Restock ID barcode takes you to the Destination Selection screen. The pick verification screen displays all recently completed picks. Press a pick to display the Verify screen. You are asked to choose the destination to verify. Press a destination to display the Verify screen for that destination. To approve a medication pick, either scan the item or check the checkbox to the left of it and press Approve. You may return items to CSM in either of two ways: queued returns and manual returns. CSM notifies you when controlled drugs are returned at the nursing cabinets via queued returns. Items awaiting queued return are displayed in the return screen. A red badge on the returns icon indicates the number of queued returns to be processed. Items that must be returned to CSM inventory as wasted or expired, which are not part of a queued return, can be returned to CSM using manual returns. In this demonstration, you will learn how to return items to CSM manually and from the returns queue. From the Dispense Return screen, select Returns. Next, select a cabinet from the list. A list with pending returns displays. Notice that it displays returned, expired, and waste items. Select an item to edit the return quantities. Adjust the return quantity by pressing the up and down arrows, or by typing directly in the field. Select a reason for return from the drop-down list. You can edit the expired quantity and the waste quantity in the same way. Select a reason for waste from the drop-down menu. Press Continue. Make any other adjustments to the remaining items in the list. Press Done. Once all the adjustments have been completed, you can proceed to stocking the items back to CSM. Press Begin Stocking. Follow the guiding lights to access the items. Press the green button. If you are prompted to enter a countback quantity, count the items in the bin before stocking the returned items. Then enter the count and press OK. Enter the earliest expiration date of all the items in the bin if you are prompted. Then press Continue. Repeat the process for your remaining items. If you have expired items, you'll be prompted to place them in the expired items bin. Then press Continue. If you entered a waste quantity, waste the items per your site's policy. Collect the wasted items receipt, sign and date per your site's policy, and include it with the waste items. Press Continue. All the queued item returns have been successfully returned to CSM. You may perform a manual return if you have items to return to CSM inventory or to an expired items bin. The return process also allows you to waste damaged items. From the Dispense Return screen, select Returns. Press Manual Returns. Select an area or cabinet to return items from. Select Items to return. Just as you did for queued returns, for each item, enter return, expired, and waste quantities. Enter reasons for return and for waste. Press Continue. To return another item from this source, press Add Item. To return items from another source, press Add Source. To cancel returning an item, press the wastebasket by the item quantity. Press Continue. Follow the guiding lights to access the items. Open the door and press the green button. If you're prompted for countback quantity, count the items in the bin before you begin stocking the items. Enter the quantity, then press OK. Confirm the number of items being returned to active inventory and make adjustments if needed. Enter the earliest expiration date of all the items in the bin. Then press Continue. The items have been successfully returned to CSM. If you would like to review this demonstration, click the Replay button. To create unit dose medications from a bulk medication, you must create a prepack. First, select an item from the list. If you want to make a partial batch, adjust the unit dose quantity. Once you determine your batch size, press Pick. Once the unit doses have been prepacked, select Stock Prepack. CSM will guide you in stocking the unit doses back to CSM. In this demonstration, you will learn how to pick and stock prepacks. When creating prepacks, you must first pick the bulk item from which you will make the unit doses. Press Prepack. Next, press Pick Prepack. You may press the down chevron to view the batch template details. Let's select the batch template from the list. If there's insufficient quantity on hand of the bulk item to make the specified batch, an alert is displayed at the upper right side of the screen. If the template allows partial batches, reduce the quantity until the alert closes, indicating that CSM can fill the request. If the template does not allow partial batches, and CSM does not have enough to fill one batch, you must exit. Refer the shortage to the system administrator. In our example, the medication has sufficient quantity, so we will proceed. Press Pick. Follow the guiding lights to access items. Open the door and press the flashing light. Verify the countback quantity and press OK. Verify the actual pick quantity and press Continue. Collect the prepack pick receipt from the printer. On the receipt, enter your name and today's date in the Picked By date fields. Enter the manufacturer's lot number and original expiration date if available. Deliver picked items with the receipt to the prepacking area. Once you have created all your unit doses, it's time to stock them back to CSM. From the inventory management screen, press Prepack. Press Stock Prepack. Your pending restocks are displayed. Select an item to return to CSM. Review the prepack pick receipt to determine the bulk quantity picked and the quantity of unit doses made. Enter the quantities into CSM. If bulk and/or waste quantities are indicated on the receipt, enter quantities in the appropriate field. For waste, select a reason for the waste. On the receipt, write your name and today's date in the Restocked By and Date field. Keep the receipt with the items. Press Begin Stocking. Follow the guiding lights to access items. Press the green button. For remote items, go to the location displayed on the screen. Stock the items, keeping the receipt with the items. Press Continue. Unit dose items can now be dispensed using Cabinet Restock, Dispense, or Dispense to Patient. If you would like to repeat this demonstration, click the Replay button. In this section, we will cover inventory management processes available in CSM, including cycle count, transaction adjustments, using the exceptions report, expiring items, and manual waste. Cycle counting CSM items at regular intervals verifies the quantity on hand. Items can be counted by item, by control level, by zone, or by last touch date. If you are using CSM software only, you can also count items by dispense. In this demonstration, you will learn how to perform a cycle count. From the Inventory Management screen, select Cycle Count. For this demonstration, we will cycle count items using By Item. Select By Item. Select an item from the list to count. You may add as many items as you want to count. Once you have selected all your items, press Continue. CSM guides you to each item. If the item is a remote item, go to the location shown on the screen. Count the item. If the count doesn't match what is shown on the screen, you can adjust the item quantity by pressing the up or down arrows. Or enter the quantity directly in the field. Then press Continue. Press Yes to confirm the count. The cycle count has been successfully performed. If you would like to repeat this demonstration, click the Replay button. Transaction adjustments are used to reconcile remote items. In this demonstration, you will learn how to make transaction adjustments. You can use transaction adjustments to ensure that any quantities entered at the CSM workstation match the quantities picked from or stocked to CSM remote locations. For this reason, the transaction adjustments feature is only available if CSM is configured as software only or as a hybrid storage model. An example could be that at the CSM workstation you received one box of 25 items. A receipt prints indicating that 25 are received. When you go to stock the items, you find only 20 in the box. You note the missing items on the receipt, you stock 20, then return to CSM workstation and adjust the original received quantity from 25 to 20. Let's go through the process. First, from the inventory management screen, select Transaction Adjustments. Filter the list by selecting one of the 5 transaction types: stock received items, dispense, dispense to patient, cabinet restock, or stockouts. We will select stock received items like our example. Select a transaction from the list. Select the item. Adjust the quantity to reflect what was actually stocked. Enter the adjustment reason and press Save and Exit. Press Home to conclude. The transaction has been successfully adjusted. If you would like to repeat this demonstration, click the Replay button. Use the exception report to find item quantity mismatches. Mismatches could include a cabinet restock where all items that were picked from CSM were not stocked to the destination cabinet. Returns to the pharmacy where all items removed from a patient care area or cabinet were not returned to CSM. Or during a moved stock, all items removed from CSM were not stocked back to CSM. To run the exception report, select Exception Reports from the Reports and Tracking section. Then, choose your date range and a control level. Now press Run Report. Print the report by pressing the printer icon in the upper left corner of the report screen. You can expire items 2 ways: Guided Expire and Manual Expire. Choose Guided Expire to find all item locations with items set to expire by a certain date. Choose Manual Expire to move expired or damaged items that you find while picking from or stocking to CSM to the expired item bin. In this demonstration, you will learn how to expire items in CSM. From the Inventory Management screen, select Inventory Disposal. You may have to tab the ribbon to the right. Press Expire. To find locations set to expire by a date in the future, enter the date or select the date on the calendar. Scroll the calendar months by pressing left and right arrows. To find locations with expiration dates up to today, press Today. Press Continue. Follow the guiding lights to access the items. For remote items, go to the location displayed on the screen. Verify the countback quantity and press OK. Enter the expired quantity. The quantity remaining adjusts automatically. Update the earliest expiration date. Press Continue. Repeat the process with the remaining items. Follow the lights to the expired items bin. In this example, we have 2 bins configured. This one is for C2 items. Place the items in the bin and press Continue. Follow the lights to the next expired items bin. This bin is for C3 to C5 items. Place the items in the bin and press Continue. The items have been successfully expired. If you would like to repeat this demonstration, click the Replay button. When you are disposing items in CSM, you are guided to empty all items from the CSM Expired Item Bins, or EIBs. EIBs may be assigned to CSM cabinet locations or to external locations. A drug surrendered for disposal, or DEA 222 form prints, which must be kept with Control Level 2 expired items and given to the reverse distributor when items are turned over for disposal. In this demonstration, you will learn how to dispose expired medications. From the Inventory Management screen, select Inventory Disposal. Select Dispose. Select an expired items bin to empty. Press Continue. Follow the guiding light to access the expired items bin. Open the door and press the green button. Remove all items from the expired items bin. When you are finished, close the door and press Done. Now let's empty an external EIB. A form entitled Drug Surrendered for Disposal prints. Collect this form and keep it with the items for disposal. Dispose of items per your site policy. If you would like to repeat this demonstration, click the Replay button. Use manual waste to waste damaged CSM items. Waste quantities are deducted from CSM inventory to maintain inventory integrity. In this demonstration, you will learn how to manually waste items. From the Inventory Management screen, select Inventory Disposal. Select Manual Waste. Select an item to waste from the on-screen list, or scan the item barcode. If the selected item requires a witness, a prompt is displayed. Have your witness enter their credentials and press Witness. Open the cabinet door and press the green button at the location the item to be wasted was removed from. If the item is assigned to more than one bin, CSM will flash all locations. If the item is a remote item, CSM displays the item location on the screen. Verify the countback quantity and press OK. Enter the quantity to waste. The system will deduct a whole dose or unit of issue from inventory. For multi-dose items, decimal quantities can be entered. Select a reason for the waste from the drop-down menu. Press Continue. Collect the wasted items receipt from the printer. Sign, date, and retain according to your site's policy. The item has been successfully wasted. If you would like to repeat this demonstration, click the Replay button. We're interested in your feedback on this course. If you have a couple of minutes, please complete our survey. You can also email any questions or feedback to train@omnicell.com.